Hey leaders, thank you for leading this Sunday, November 5th. It is our annual, Mark's annual kind of forecasting sermon Sunday. And part of what he's going to be preaching on is the Matthew 5 passage that talks about being salt and light. And so that's where we're going to focus. Nikki, Jen, and I will all be out of town this weekend. So you guys got it. You're going to rock. I set you up with videos for teaching. There are 2 YouTube videos that are already saved into ProPresenter, so that should be easy. They are not as good as the one that's on Right Now Media. There is not a way for me to download that so that I can just put it in ProPresenter. So I'm going to send a second video here in a second. So in case you guys want to try to swap the screens around and stuff, that you can, but you do not have to. You can totally use those first 2. The first 2 videos total about 9 minutes long. The Right Now Media one is about 11 minutes long. So they're all a little bit short. You can do some discussion and stuff before, after, like read the passage before, things like that, to help stretch it out a little bit. And then your 2 activities are, your physical game is Night at the Museum. So it's a museum where you have 1 or 2 curators who hide whatever account, and then everybody else turns into statues. I would make it where your first round is everybody's on their feet. There's no knees or bodies on the ground. It makes it harder. And then you're going to give your curators flashlights because we are shining our light. And so I would probably flip the corner lights off. Sorry, the lights are outside the double doors where everybody comes in and out. The wooden doors, they're behind the door. It's weird. You can probably get one of the kids to do it. And just switch the 2 light switches that are in the very corner off, and that'll make it darker right over the teaching area without making the whole room dark. But we'll give those 2 curators little flashlights, and they're going to come around. They cannot touch students. They cannot touch the other kids. They can't shine the flashlight in their eyes, kind of thing. But their goal is to catch them moving. And so when they catch a kiddo moving, they go sit on the stage or wherever you have them do that. And you can change the rules if you want. The kids can move. They can change positions and whatever else. If they feel like they can do that while the curator's not looking, that's totally part of the game. Awesome. But they can't sit, they can't kneel, they can't lay. So you might do more versions where you let them do those things or not. That's up to you. So we're talking about that the light helps us see. We are to be the light. And you'll see that link in the lesson plan. The Holy Spirit gives us God eyes so we can see even more than everybody else. In the other room, they're going to be doing salt painting. I glued and salted these a few weeks ago, not thinking about the fact of how dry they were going to get. They are there. They still function. You're going to need to be really careful when you move them. I would put them on a tray and just have each child paint them. And you may pour salt off after they're painted so that you don't lose any more of that salt than you have to, because the salt is what's going to suck it up. Their brush needs to be quite wet with the pigment in it in order for it to suck that up and move it down the salt. But that is our purpose, that we are the salt, and we help God's love spread and show when we're there as Christians. So you can add, like in the notes it says use a hairdryer, add glue, salt. I would probably just have them paint them. If you feel like you need to add to it, you totally can. That and both groups, just remember that all of your supplies are used for both services. So 1 piece each, and you can trade. You might decide that everybody's going to play the game and we're not doing the craft, or they go join the game as they finish their craft. That works great. Or if they get tired of playing the game, they can move in, because you're going to have a little bit longer in your activity time, probably. I would ask one of the kiddos to stand up and lead, especially one of your older kiddos, to stand up and lead your expectations and your Holy Spirit time. One of you is welcome to lead that, but it's an opportunity for them to lead it as well. So one of you can back them up or whatever. you guys got it. I'm super appreciative. Like I said, I'm going to send you another video in just a minute to help you through tech walkthrough, though hopefully we'll be able to have that done already. You will need to get here, whoever's first, and double check that the classroom for craft is set up, the tables and whatnot, and then set out the supplies. We will do our best to have what we can, but there are groups meeting at the church in our space between this afternoon and Sunday morning, so we can't preset, or we would. All right, thank you guys. Talk to you later.